Welcome to the Zone. In today's Monster Manual entry, we'll be discussing some of the lifestyle habits that bloodsuckers exhibit, as well as a few theories regarding their reproduction and hunting tactics. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe for more stalk-related content. It really helps the channel grow. Without further ado, let's dive in. When first entering the Zone, tales of mysterious mutants and horrible monsters will fill a novice stalker's head. The most ubiquitous of these mutants is without a doubt the Bloodsucker. Rumors of this invisible creature stalking the night, looking to drain the blood out of unsuspecting victims, fill the air around campsites, and veterans of the Zone will have tales of bloodsucker hunting, or sometimes even a trophy in the form of a bloodsucker's tentacles. These creatures will haunt the dreams of stalkers throughout the Zone, and this goes doubly so for those who dare to journey into the deepest parts of the Zone, where stronger and more resilient subspecies of bloodsuckers make their home. While these bloodsuckers look very similar to their cousins, differentiated only by their black skin, they are much more resilient to small arms fire and are physically stronger. Alongside these black bloodsuckers, there are a variety of subspecies that exist within the Zone. For example, in the Great Swamps, there exists a type of bloodsucker that appears to be pallid in appearance, covered in moss or algae. Some of these swamp-type bloodsuckers have the ability to jump extremely high, pouncing on their prey from the air. While it is completely unknown what causes these types of mutations in bloodsuckers, it is possible that the adaptability of a bloodsucker is due to the mutants having extremely unstable DNA due to prolonged exposure from the Zone. It's also possible that the reason for this environmental adaptability is due to human intervention. If the rumors are true that human experimentation was utilized in the creation of the bloodsucker by group scientists, it is possible that the creators of the bloodsuckers bioengineered them to be extremely adaptable to their environments in order to give them an artificially selected predatory edge. While we know very little about the adaptability of the bloodsucker, we do know that its invisibility and regenerative properties make this mutant extremely hard to detect and kill. The invisibility that the bloodsucker possesses has been theorized to be due to an innate psychic ability. Zone biologists have hypothesized that the bloodsucker is able to imprint a hypnotic suggestion upon its victim, allowing the bloodsucker to conceal its position almost perfectly at a distance. While this is certainly a possibility that a few scientists consider to be true, it is unlikely that this is the case. Most mutants that possess psionic abilities are able to manifest their abilities in multiple ways, like the controller or the burr. Even though it's certainly true that the bloodsucker is a much more feral creature than its other mutant brethren, if the bloodsucker possessed these abilities, it would more than likely use them in some other way than simple invisibility. A much more accepted theory that explains both the invisibility and the regenerative properties of the bloodsucker involves a physiological answer rather than a psionic one. Scientists that have been able to examine the remains of bloodsuckers have discovered a secretion of mucus-like material that covers this mutant's skin. This substance is secreted from a membrane that lies just under the bloodsucker's outer layer of skin, which produces the mucus and allows it to cover the creature. Upon further analysis, this mucus has been able to render objects almost invisible to the naked eye under special circumstances. In dark and humid environments, the mucus can be made to cause objects to become almost transparent for extended periods of time. Although this theory would explain the nocturnal nature of the bloodsucker and their preference for wet environments, it does not explain how the bloodsuckers are able to utilize this ability when outside of these idealized conditions. The mucus also contains a compound that increases the bloodsucker's regeneration rate and provides a protective cover to the creature, which reduces the amount of incoming kinetic damage. Although this mucus theory seems to be promising, there is still much research that needs to be done to develop a conclusive working hypothesis regarding the bloodsucker's cloaking abilities. Possibly even more puzzling than the bloodsucker's invisibility and habitation There are a variety of working theories regarding the bloodsucker's reproduction and social habits. It is widely accepted that bloodsuckers are generally solitary hunters, inhabiting a location alone and then establishing hunting territory. It's possible that the bloodsuckers are territorial by nature, choosing to separate from one another in an effort to maintain a sufficient population of humans and other creatures to feed upon, similar to other apex-level predators outside of the zone. While this appears to be the case for the majority of bloodsuckers, there have been various reports of bloodsuckers living in communal nests, cooperating together in an effort to increase their hunting capabilities and survival rates. Even though this seems to be a very rare case, it is interesting to note that these nests of bloodsuckers also contain stored humans, which were most likely used as food reserves. These nests seem to suggest that some bloodsuckers have adapted and evolved to accept social interaction as a type of evolutionary advantage, and that by adopting a pack or herd mentality, they increase their ability to procreate and thus strengthen their group, although it is still unknown exactly how this procreation takes place. Bloodsuckers are obviously humanoid in appearance, and even have many anatomical similarities to humans and other animals. But a very noticeable characteristic that is lacking is any sign of genitalia. Despite the many jokes that float about the zone regarding a certain THC-accepting faction being the cause of a bloodsucker's procreation, it is entirely unknown how bloodsuckers multiply. There are theories that bloodsuckers are simply humans who have spent too much time in the zone and slowly mutate into the tentacled-faced creatures. Of course, while anything is a possibility within the zone, stalkers should be careful to always remember that the zone was a secret research site long before it was an ecological disaster area. Another working theory regarding the bloodsucker's procreation process is that captured humans found in nests are not stored for future feeding, but rather are utilized to somehow turn into other bloodsuckers. This working theory makes sense, as the normal feeding process for bloodsuckers takes only minutes, and any bloodsucker needing extra food could easily find it in corpses, as they have been noted to consume. It's possible that the captured humans that are found in the nest are changed via some kind of mutagen, similar to a virus, which slowly rewrites the DNA of the victim into that of a bloodsucker. Even though this process has not been documented as occurring, it still makes a decent story that will be sure to scare rookie stalkers around the campfire. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe for more stalker-related content. If you feel like you would like to support the channel financially, head on over to my Patreon page. It really helps the channel grow, and I wouldn't be able to dedicate so much time to the channel without patrons like you. Until next time, I'll see you in the zone.